Hey, I wanted to make this video to teach you how I meditate and how I've taught other people to meditate with results that made them feel like it wasn't a big deal. It was easier to do every day. They felt like it was a no fluff type of meditation. It helped them meditate longer and with more focus. They just generally enjoyed it more because there was a lot of minimalism to it, and they just got rid of the junk. It's actually really easy. So what I started doing was just eliminating things that I was doing, having Headspace or a Calm app or whatever, right? Because they have just so many things, like I mentioned in the last video, that I didn't identify. And then I eliminated this structure of always having to sit on a pillow and all this. So the first thing I did was I just laid down and I tried meditating with that. I still had the apps and stuff at this time and followed it, and I laid down, but then I'd fall asleep. So that doesn't always work because I almost always fall asleep. So the first thing that I want to teach you is just sit down, sit in a chair, sit on the edge of a kitchen chair, or I sit up in my bed with my back against the headboard. That's one of my favorite ways to do it, or in just a lounge chair. It's not a big deal. You don't get too focused on where you're doing it. If you need a meditation pillow, all that, I just cross my legs, or if I'm just in a regular chair, just like this, my feet are touching the ground, and it's not a big deal. You just sit with your back as straight as possible, like just upright. And that's how you sit. So first thing is that. Then second, get rid of the really flighty meditation stuff. And just get rid of all of that. Don't listen to the crap on YouTube where it's like, you know what I'm talking about. Just get rid of that. In my app, I have two things, a guided and an unguided. And the guided one is, it takes you through a mental path of clarity so that you answer questions along the way in your mind. So you come out with a clearer version of whatever it is that you've needed to focus on. So it's not about this feel-good stuff. It's about actual takeaway of getting results from this meditation. So I personally like the guided for that because it keeps me on track. That's all it is, just keeps me on track. But there are days that I don't do that. So on those days, then what I do is I just put on the unguided one just to chill me out and relax me. That's all I'm going for emotionally. And here's the key. All I do in my head, I don't try to do too much. I just breathe, and I'll talk about breathing in a second. But in my head, I'm thinking breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, over and over and over and over and over. That's all I focus on. I don't worry about anything else. Breathing in, breathing out. And what I've found is that this practical, unemotional, unwoo-wooey way of meditating makes it so much easier and just more grounded in reality. And I just feel like it's a much more masculine, straightforward, practical way. And undoubtedly you're going to drift, but when you come back, you already know what to do. You know what to focus on, which is this words, breathing in, breathing out. Now, about the breathing, the final point, I always hear, and I used to think that you're supposed to be taking these big, deep breaths. Some people say, take a deep breath, hold it for 4 count, relax, hold it for 4 count, blah, blah. That was exhausting to me. That was like work. I don't want meditation to be extra work in my day. I want it to help me focus. I don't want this thing. It just didn't seem like it was helping in any way. So instead of breathing deeply, what I changed was breathing slowly. And this is so major. And with meditation, I'm just going to go on a little bonus thing here. Meditation doesn't have to be done for a certain duration. Yeah, I like 20 minutes. People generally say that you get a good amount of benefits from 20 minutes. But sometimes I can just meditate for like 10 seconds, 5 seconds. And that's just taking that same thing that I do when I meditate, which is Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And then I have to get back to what I'm doing, but I just took a moment to de-stress for those 4 breaths or whatever time I have. That is meditating. And if you do it just for even just a moment, you'll feel the benefits. It's amazing. But yeah, do it as long as you can. And if you don't have a lot of time, then don't do it for a lot of time. Sometimes I'll just do it, like I'll take my shower and then I put the towel over my head and I meditate there. I go, and that's it. Sometimes that's all I need. Sometimes I'm having a good day. I don't really feel like I'm out of focus. But it is like you can just get away with not doing it. It should be a practice, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. So yeah, so that's how I meditate. To recap, it is don't worry about your body position too much. Just be upright so that you don't fall asleep. Breathe really slowly, and then think, breathe in, breathe out. And then finally, don't worry about how long you do it for. There's all these rules. You don't have to follow the rules. Just do what works that helps you practice bringing your mind back to the present moment. All right, cheers.